So it is giving a message that it is being shared into cloud. Is it visible now? No,
It is
No,
not
sir,
visible,
it
sir.
is not visible.
not visible. Oh, actually I have shared my screen also. Okay, let it be. Let us not waste time. Uh, so altogether, we know mainly 99 remedies are. So now I have with me, before me, the slides about. So the first remedy given is aconite. And another important, so yeah, actually I cannot show this. This is a comprehensive, I mean, a complete list of Hahnemann's remedy, which I prepared with the help of Mr. Siegfried Litzel, and these are directly sent from Germany. So it has so many remedies. So and some remedies are both. So it is not only in yeah, certain remedies I have marked it in it. This chart is in 3 colors. It some remedies, I mean, Metromedica Pura remedies are in black. The other things are, but you cannot see. So I may not be able to explain it. Okay. Anyhow, and this is when Metromedica Pura, when it was published. It is not now when you, if many of you must be having Hahnemann's Metromedica Pura. Actually, that is not the original one. It is for convenience. It is in alphabetic order. When Metromedica Pura was written by Hahnemann, it was in 6 volumes. It was in 6 volumes. And it was not according to alphabetic order. Aconite is not the first remedy in Metromedica. It is Belladonna, because it was arranged in the alphabetical order. It was arranged in alphabetic order of German names, common names. So atropine. So because atropine is first, so that is the Belladonna is the first remedy of Hahnemann's Metromedica Pura. It is otherwise called as Reine Arsine Mitillare. Reine Arsine Mitillare. RAML. So we have learned chronic diseases. It is otherwise known as Chronichen Krankheiten. Chronichen Krankheiten. So there are many remedies which are common. For example, Dulcamara. So in Dulcamara, actually I had the full slides of Dulcamara, Belladonna, Bryonia, all were specially prepared. I'm very sorry that I cannot show you that. That's how we have to go by Hahnemann's perception will be very clear when you go to remedies. Like I will explain Dulcamara if possible, if you will get time. So all these see yes, Dulcamara in Metromedica Pura there are 409 symptoms, whereas in chronic diseases, same remedy, it comes with 409 remedies. So five symptoms are more, 5 observations are more in chronic diseases, apart from what do you call in Metromedica Pura. And another important thing, so we meant, so Hahnemann, when it was written, it was in 6 editions. So that edition, that should have been maintained like that. So instead of maintaining the order in which Hahnemann wrote it, it is for easiness. Later on, it was translated to English by Dudgeon, and it was annotated by Richard Hughes. So Richard Hughes, we know, actually he had many points of difference with Hahnemann's philosophy. Richard Hughes were more focusing on pathological aspects. So the present one is, for convenience, it is made into two volumes of almost equal size, and also the translation, when it is translated from German to English, it lost its charm because there are many phrases in German which cannot be exactly fully translated into English. For example, we write homeopathy as HOMOEO. So there is a combined letter. So homeo. In German, there is a combined letter which is a combination of E and O. Homeo. So that letter is not there in English. So what is the alternative? So actually, we have to learn Mathematica Pura and other things. Organon, we have good translations now. Uh, there are new English translations which are Vende. Different authors have given beautiful translations. But Mathematica Pura and chronic diseases. So the alternative is that we have to, just like Ayurveda students have to learn Sanskrit, we have to learn German and translate. So in the colleges, the original German translation, German writings of Hahnemann should be taught by German scholars. Alternatively, German can be taught in our colleges so that our students will get a command over that language and understand exactly what Hahnemann has mentioned in his German versions. So I would say that this has to be implemented in the curriculum by introducing Organon, introducing German and learning Organon as Hahnemann taught it, as Hahnemann perceived it. So this is my suggestion, and the remedies I will, at a later occasion, I will post all these things in, if I get an occasion to do that. So now I will go back to my slides. Yes, can you see see my slides now? No?
Yes, sir, we can see your slide. Just
Is it?
give it in a presentation mode.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes, can you see it now?
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
see, now this is the chart. This is the chart of remedies. This is the chart. You see, the remedies given in black, they are medicines in Mathematica Pura. And these red letter medicines, they are listed in exclusively in chronic diseases. And these asterisk marks, so they are, for example, aconite, arnica, belladonna, camphora, capsicum, chamomilla, poculus, digitalis, hyoscyamus, ledum, opium, they are all in Fragmentari medicamentorum positivis. Clear? So then these remedies, cantharides, this Copaifera, cuprum, vitriolatum, valeriana. These medicines have not gone to. They are also from Fragmentari medicamentorum positivis, but they have not gone into what you call the Metrium Medica pura. Okay. So now these are the remedies proven by Hahnemann. So now you can see there is a remedy called remedy number 8. If you can see, it is Angustra. I have not seen this remedy. I have not used this remedy. We have not been taught this remedy. Calcarea acetica. So many of the other remedies, you see all the famous remedies, all the popular remedies, the most frequently used remedies are from our Metrium Medica pura. So we have to learn all these remedies. Now, one more thing. Now I will go to another. It's good that I got the slides now. So this is FDMP. Fragmentari medicamentorum positivis. See, now see, 1805. See, we just mentioned. So Hahnemann soon noticed that the extant reports of others were inadequate, inaccurate, and consequently thoroughly unreliable. So I made it a serious occupation for myself to prove several drugs on the healthy human being. The results of these investigations were then collected in this book, Fragmentari medicamentorum positivis. So Hahnemann sent his children into the fields to collect plants, herbs, etc., who felled the leaves, blossoms, and tubers with small but expert hands. Everyone was obliged to join the work. So this is how our Metrium Medica was made. That's why I say that we are indebted to Hahnemann's children. The family huddled together, and every free moment of every one of them, from the oldest to youngest, was made. Then just read it. So everybody was involved, Hahnemann's family, the entire family was involved in the proving of our Metrium Medica. So this was published in I'm speaking about Fragmentari medicamentorum positivis, which was published in 1805, and this was in Latin. So for FDMP was in Latin, Metrium Medica pura and chronic diseases were in German. It astonishes me why Hahnemann made a translation of these remedies into English, because Cullen's Metrium Medica was translated by Hahnemann only from English to German, but Hahnemann never ventured to translate his proving. So it is our duty to see that the works are published into, or either we learn it in German, or we will try to translate by our own, and we must have a solid idea of Hahnemann's book. So these are the remedies: Aconite, Naples, so Acris, Tinctura, Arnica, Mountain. I am going little bit fast because we lost much time. So Aconite, Camphora. So this is the list. So you see here, 20 is proved by Hahnemann, and the 74 that is taken from other sources. So now all this cuprum, digitalis, drosera. So this is Fragmentari medicamentorum positivis. Now I will also just go to another slide, that how we can learn. One second. And again, this is photographs of Hahnemann's children. This is Hahnemann's wife. This is Hahnemann's wife, Johanna Hernite Hahnemann, and this is the first daughter, Hernite. She had a comfortable family life. Second one is Frederick Hahnemann. We discussed about him. He was born in 1786. He suffered from rickets, and from 1828 onwards, he was missing. He had lunacy, and finally he migrated to England and also to America. And it is said about him that he cured a lot of people. A strange person like him, nobody knew him from his accent. People understood that he is a German, and he distributed medicines and vanished. So Wilhelmine, she died in 1818. And this is Amali. We had a discussion about her. She was her father's right hand. And Caroline, I'm going a little bit fast. Ernest was another son. He was killed in an accident. He was killed in an accident, in a cab accident. Fredericky and Frederick. This is the name. Fredericky and Frederick. These are common names, just like what we call in Malayalam, Narayanan, Narayani, Tangappan, Tangaman, like that. This Frederick. This is the daughter. She was found murdered. And this is Eleanor. She was also found murdered. We discussed about that. So Louis, this is the last, and Swiss Hahnemann. He is the grandson of Hahnemann, son of Amalie, and it was he who accompanied Hahnemann's. He was present during the burial of Hahnemann. This is Melanie Hahnemann, Hahnemann's second wife. She died in 1878, and it was after her death that Hahnemann's these remnants were both remnants. We discussed it. Okay, so now I will try to explain if I get that slide on Del Camera. See, this was the work we have been doing all these Corona days. Del Camera. So we know, because we learned this remedy as a rain remedy. While going through, yes, Del Camera. So many people use it for watts. See, in the first edition of RAML, Del Camera had 123 symptoms. Second edition it had 349 remedies, and in this last edition 401. In chronic diseases, 409 remedies. So this was proved by, these are the names of the provers. So we talked about cardinal principles of homeopathy, in which the most important one is vital force, second one is drug proving, third one is drug dynamization, fourth one is chronic diseases, fifth one is law of similars, and fifth one is single dose, single remedy, and law of similars. I have come in a reverse direction. Usually we say law of similars first, then single medicine, single dose, and like that. But from order of importance, now I feel that the other one is appropriate, from going down from vital force back to the law of similars, because law of similars is not exclusive for homeopathy. Even many other systems follow law of similars. So now, yeah. So this is Hahnemann's original standard. It will moreover be found specific for some epidemic fevers, as also for various acute diseases. Quarrelsome disposition. This is the most important feature which differentiate Del Camera from Rustox. Rustox is another rain remedy, which we know, but Rustox is a jovial remedy. Rustox is a friendly remedy, just like phosphorus. Rustox, even though it has got lots of physical restlessness, it is not quarrelsome. But Del Camera is a very quarrelsome remedy. It has got too much of, but quarrelsome without anger. That is the peculiarity of, there is no anger in the quarrelsomeness. So this is the seat of action of Del Camera: cerebrospinal systems, mucous membranes, kidneys, skin, and serous membranes. This I have taken from Burt's Physiological Materia Medica. So also it has got a depressing, paralyzing action on medulla oblongata. So it has the specific action of Del Camera is on medulla oblongata. So Hahnemann has not used anything beyond 30th potency. He has used it in the 30th potency. So there are many other things. It's a great remedy for warts, and it has got yes, fleshy and smooth. Del Camera warts are large, fleshy, and smooth. So Kent says we have to study the remedy by circumstances. So we have to learn the remedy, observing a time of the year, time of the day, day or night aggravations, the wet and dry remedies. This is Kent sentences. So another important place where Dulcamara has action, just like Rostov, it has got tearing pain, not rain, in both the thighs. So thighs are an important seat of thighs are affected in Dulcamara, also in Restox. So another thing, earache. So usually in earache we think about many other remedies, but earache, the whole night preventing sleep is Dulcamara. This is Hahnemann's own observation in Dulcamara. Rash before the menses, during profuse menses. This is usually Dulcamara. So the most important symptom which I have found in Metromedica pura is that the quarrelsomeness, which is not Dulcamara. When we read Allen's keynote, that quarrelsomeness is not mentioned. But if you go to we know that Allen's keynote is an abridged form of Herring's Metromedica. Herring's guiding symptoms. In Herring's guiding symptoms, Herring has mentioned about this, about the quarrelsomeness of Dulcamara, but it is missing in Hahnemann's, in Allen's Metromedica. So I think I will show some cases now in which Hahnemann remedies are. So 1 second. So it's in Malayalam.
Sir, have you opened your slide? It's not opening.
I know it's not coming. Yes, I am
Yeah,
showing a
it's
case.
not. No, it's not been played, sir.
Oh, 1 second, 1 second. You share. It's coming now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can see now.
Yeah. I will explain. It's in Malayalam. Can you see the screen case now?
No, sir. Now we are seeing you. We can see you.
Only.
Sir, you explain it, sir. No problem.
Yeah. I cannot stop it. That's the problem. Stop sharing. Yeah, I am not able to stop it. That's why.
It's stopped, sir. It's stopped. You can speak now.
Yeah, yeah. It is tough, but I
Yeah.
am hearing it here. I am seeing it here. That's the problem.
Just pause it, sir. You can speak now.
Pause it. Let's click and see the full screen. One second. One second. It is paused now. You can see me, no? Can you see me?
Yes, sir. We can see you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
continue.
Okay, okay. Actually, this is a case of agenesis of corpus callosum. Agenesis of corpus callosum. And I want to mention, see, aphorism number 9 speaks about higher purposes of our existence. So, what is the higher purpose of our existence? So, this is a camp which we organize for what you call children with genetic disorders. So, we have predictive homeopathy has 4 camps in Kerala, and our next camp is being planned. So altogether we have 4 camps. One is in, this is from Pichi, a place in Thrissur district, wherein we have adopted a school of all kinds of developmentally diseased children. That is people with Down syndrome, children with Down syndrome, autism, and mental retardation, all kinds of people. And this child, a 14-year-old girl, she has come, she has a genesis of corpus callosum. So she was not able to communicate properly. She was not able to communicate properly. So we took the case, and I actually wanted to show our doctors, the team of doctors. Many of them are from Father Mullers. Many of our doctors who helped in taking the case, who helped in analyzing, who helped in prescribing. So finally, when we got results, we got called or asked all the patients and parents to came, and they were giving their testimony. The video which I showed was the sister, the teacher of that student was narrating what are the changes happening to this case after homeopathic medication. She was given Cuprum metallicum 200, one dose. Only one dose, we have not repeated it, but with that, the child is now much better, much better. And now she can connect. The point for taking Cuprum metallicum was this the parent, the mother, they were in the Gulf. When she was there, she was disconnected from all her relatives. So in any given case, we take an important symptom, what is the SORA, what is the requirement of the patient, and what is deprived. So she was deprived of her friends and many other things. Finally, so basically the purpose of the function of corpus callosum is connection between the two hemispheres. So based on that symptom and based on some other rubrics, I cannot show it now. That's why. So Cupramet was given. So again, Cupramet is from Metromedica Pura. So this is a Hahnemannian remedy. So I wanted to show some cases in which we employed Hahnemannian remedies and got results. So this is one of them. So another case, yesterday there was a question. I was listening to yesterday's Dr. S.D. Biju's session, and somebody had put a question of cholangiocarcinoma. What has to be the approach? Are there any cases? And I have a case. Sorry, I cannot show it now. There was a case of cholangiocarcinoma. As you know, it is carcinoma of the hepatic duct. Very difficult case. We had a case long back. Even it was taken, it was given, he was given arsenicum album, single dose, and that patient is a head load worker in my place. Even after 12, 13 years, he's fine. And as a matter of fact, after giving arsenicum album 30, he developed hernia. That is again more syphilitic. So we know about Hering's law, which is more important organ to less important organ from above downwards, within outwards, that way. And the addition by Dr. Vijayakar sir is from more dangerous miasm to less dangerous miasm. So when it was cured, it is called a compensatory cure. When cancer disappears, we very often we have found that either diabetes or hernia comes, so it is coming to psychosis, or it's a compensatory mechanism. And then afterwards, this patient develops psoriatic skin eruptions. So syphilis to psychosis to SORA. This is another case which I wanted to show. And one more case of Down syndrome. Yesterday also there was a question on Down syndrome. Is there? So definitely these diseases can be treated and relieved. In this camp and in many of other cases, we have lot of Down syndrome cases which are improving, and then because our methodology is not making them live to their limitations. What the conventional systems, what they do, live with the limitations. If it's a Down syndrome child, you have to teach him a trade which he can do, just like labeling something, just like making candles. It is not like that. In homeopathy, we are empowering them to overcome their what limitations, and they have to join the mainstream. This is our mission. So this can be done. So I have, if I get today, I'm very sorry that due to some technical issues, I cannot project all these things. There is a case in which the mother was a staff nurse and she used to find all these, uh, she was exposed. She used to find in the hospital children with disabilities, and she had a fear that her child also would become developmentally ill, or she will be having. There was an apprehension. So there is a main remedy for that is aconite. Aconite, that delusion or fear that her child also will be deformed. There is a particular rubric that the child when born would be deformed. That is aconite. And also there is in delusion. Nowadays we are giving more importance to delusions as mentioned in footnote of 9. Footnote of 9. So imaginations and delusions and other things Hahnemann has mentioned in that aphorism. So so delusion, misfortune, of possible misfortune, that I think Naja or Calcarea force. There are so many remedies. Delusion, that delusion possible that all her efforts would miscarry. There are some remedies. There are, I cannot show that, Calcarea force, Naja, and there are remedies. And this child was given Naja. This child was given Naja and the Down syndrome child, and that child is becoming much better. Especially we are getting very good results with mosaic variety of Down syndrome. So I request all of you to take difficult cases, not simple case, difficult case. Don't ever say no to any case, because we do not know what, because we can cure many variety of cases which we are witnessing in our clinics, and which we are witnessing in our camps, which are called Hope for Hopeless camps. One camp is in Thrissur, and the camp is in, I think Dr. Suresh is here. He is leading the Kunnankulam camp. And in Palakkad, we have a camp which is coordinated by Dr. Shivashankar. And also in Calicut, our camps are being coordinated by Dr. Ashraf. And we were about to start a camp in Alua, coordinated by Dr. Shoyson, but due to this corona the problem, we could not start. So wherever you have such cases, don't say no. Likewise, don't say no to corona. We can treat, provided government permit us to do. We have seen cases abroad, and when given medicine, COVID positive cases are become negative within 4 days. Even my place is full of Gulf people, so they are demanding. So we have given enough for enough people. So not in very big numbers, but good results. Also during this corona, we had a lady. That case also I have here. An old lady, 83-year-old. She has already myasthenia gravis, and she suddenly one day she came with 106.6 degree Fahrenheit. To my surprise, So but then I said that it is not possible, we are not it is not legal for us to treat such cases. But they said we have no other go. If I take to her, if we take her to a hospital, she might perish and die in that way. So finally it was given on a delusion, Belladonna, that she thinks that life is a dream and she is living after a dream. So based on, say, that's a delusion that dreams are true and something. So Belladonna was the remedy. It was given in 15-20 minutes. Her temperature dropped down to 104, and within 12 hours she became absolutely normal. So such cases are there. So once the government permits and within the corona protocol, if once we get a chance, take up these cases. I think my time is, it is 8:57. So now I am very sorry that due to technical these things, I had made all these cases ready. So in at a later occasion also we can discuss if time permits, or if within it is left you. So now over to Dr. Rajendra, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for all the efforts that you have taken. Sir, can you minimize your screen, sir?
Yeah, one second. Is it okay now?
No, sir. It's still we are.
No?
Stop sharing. There is an option on the top that is called stop
Yeah.
sharing. Just
Yes.
take your curve.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Now, yeah, yes,
Now
sir.
it's okay?
Yes, sir. It's perfect, sir. It's perfect. Sir, we are so thankful to you, sir, actually, for taking your time and coming and sharing your precious knowledge, sir, actually, with us. I was just going through some of the chats, whatever is expressed, starting from Dr. Vallamati. In between, our
Yes.
very own principal, Dr. Shivaprasad, sir, messaged when you actually could get into that slide of that 99 remedies. Sharply, sir, is messaged a very precious slide. That means we can understand, actually. See, being in the curriculum, sir, actually, it is like a cage for us. We are restricted to think within that boundaries, and only people like you, sir, actually we are so helpful, we are so thankful to you, because you are able to bring out something beyond our curriculum that is so inspiring. Many of the students are messaging one after the other. They have a lot of questions, but I don't know, we can take few of them. I think one or two, sir. Yes,
Definitely.
so,
I'm only happy.
yes, sir. Many are actually worried that they could not see the slides, but they were happy that at least you said that on a different platform you'll share them. So that's an assurance for many of them. One student, actually, our own student, Vishnu, she has said, why is homeopathy usage less in Germany and USA?
Yeah, that is due to insurance, because there the treatment is going by insurance protection. So as a part of what you call limiting our success, so the other mafia, drug mafia, even in India it might come. So when homeopathy is not supported by insurance, there Germany it is there. Germany, because Vijayakar sir goes there in a place called Rheinsberg, where Dr. Oliver and Beatrice. So it is there, they can practice also. They have a school. In Germany, it is not in the mainstream, but it is not completely extinguished. I have 3 of my German friends. When I was trained with sir for studying Cochin Clinic, we had, I along with my friend Dr. Scheusen, we had a short course for 2 weeks, in which my batch, three of my batchmates were from Germany, Dr. Oliver and Dr. Beatrice. They are in Germany. They are running a homeopathic school. You qualify that school and then you can practice. Also, Mr. Gunter, Dr. Gunter, who has written Treasures of Dr. Vijayakar, he also is practicing there. Dr. Inki in Switzerland, she's an allopathic doctor, she's practicing. So practicing, but not in big numbers, because the main reason is because it is many of there, the rule is that if for example, if Mangalore Corporation, for example, if they permit, you can practice. That is the rule in many of the German states. If the local administration is allowing, you can practice, otherwise you cannot. But it is mainly in the USA. In the USA also, it has come down definitely, because I mentioned that in Hahnemann College in Philadelphia, it was a 3,000 bedded hospital. So during last year, we had a trip to Hahnemann Monument in Washington. This I forgot to mention. So there we met some people. They are from this Hahnemann's College, but Hahnemann's College is no more a homeopathy college. The reason for the drop in America, one is the advent of antibiotics. Advent of antibiotics that has caused homeopathy to go down. Second thing, the excessive use of patent remedies. So once homeopathy was, see one more thing, if I have 2-3 minutes more, can I explain something happened in America? Because in
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hahnemann Monument, we went there in Washington. It was unveiled in 1902. You know who unveiled it? It was the U.S. President. It was the U.S. President McKinley who unveiled Hahnemann's statue, the monument, Hahnemann's monument in Washington. And what happened? After there were more around 1,000 people assembled there. After the unveiling, all these people were invited by the US President to White House and he gave them dinner. This was the position of homeopathy in America, where Hahnemann never went. So this is due to the work of Dr. Hari, who was in America. So, but now it is very low. Even the famous company called Boric and Tafel, that is not there. See, now that you see, the strategy of the allopathic lobby is they are buying homeopathic companies. So now recently you must have observed that Boric and Tafel is taken over by Wilmar Schwab. And after some time, we do not know what will happen. So we suspect that these bigger allopathic companies are buying homeopathy companies, and afterwards they will close down. So this is an effort to humiliate homeopathy, and see, this is operated by the drug mafia. I think the answer is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And one more question, sir. That is a teacher of Materia Medica is asking in the group how to remember
Yes.
homeopathic remedies. Many of the
Yes.
students ask him this question.
Yes. How to remember means one thing. It is very easy to remember. See, other Materia Medicas are sometimes complicated. If you go by Hahnemann, it is easy. See, I just showed you Dulcamara. But the disposition of Dulcamara, only Hahnemann mentions. Allen's keynote, I was also depending on Allen's keynote so much. But it lacks certain things. So it is not a common. So remember, see, another point, Materia Medica can be remembered easily. You divide it into two. So in many folds, that is one thing you can hot remedies and chilly remedies on one hand, thirsty remedies and thirstless remedies on the other hand. So we get broad classifications. So chilly remedies, hot remedies, and a group study, just like what are the common things of ophidia, what are the common features of spiders, what are the and one important point you asked that it is good that you asked. So this way you can memorize. This is so, and rather than going by symptoms, you understand what is the genius of that remedy. For example, then it will become very clear. For example, tightness, cannot bear tight clothing. Cannot bear tight clothing means that is a common feature of ophidia. So when you come across lachesis, you can think about so many other ophidia, just like Syncrease, and there are many remedies which are taught to us by Dr. Vijay, like Syncrease. When it is a chilly lachesis, usually we think about ammonium carb, but their ammonium carb is deadly opposite to lachesis. It's a morose remedy, a remedy which doesn't laugh, doesn't talk, has eternity, all these things. But Syncrease is almost a lachesis, but it is chilly. So this way, group-wise study, family-wise study, if Ranunculacea family and other families, so family-wise study also is important. This way we can memorize. And one more important thing, Hahnemann has not used nosodes. Hahnemann has not used any of the nosomes. And also Hahnemann has not used means proved no snakes. His all many of the remedies of Hahnemann are sourced from the nature. So this is my answer. So to learn Materia Medica, the easiest thing, read Materia Medica every day.
That's the best
when
answer.
you read Materia Medica every day. Yes, then it will become easy. Whether you just like reading Bible, Quran, and Gita, start reading Materia Medica and Organon daily. It will become very simple. This my yes. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. Dr. Tender also is replying in the group. One drug a day will always help.
Yes.
Sir.
And when you learn, connect it. So the another thing is entry point and exit point. What are the entry points? So rolling in points and rolling out points. And if you master 30 remedies, that is sufficient.
Yes, sir.
See,
so many questions. One more question we'll take, sir. This is also another student.
I am happy, but only thing your time frame is important. That's why.
Yes, sir. Ashwita, one student is asking your comments about Hufeland. Hufeland,
yes. Hufeland, actually Hufeland opposed Hahnemann in one point. Because for some 6 or 7, if you can read, Hahnemann says that if there is no symptom, there is no disease. So this was opposed by Hufeland. See, even now, but there is ground for that opposition. Hufeland has helped, published many things. I will, if possible, Hufeland has mentioned 7 or 8 points in favor of, I can share to Dr. Rajachandra tomorrow. In favor of homeopathy, he mentions why homeopathy is good. So Hufeland is a promoter of homeopathy, but he has criticized Hahnemann on this. But now that we see COVID cases, let us come to COVID. Asymptomatic cases, there are no symptoms. But there is disease. So this is one of the very few points where we are also having some. This point I have discussed with Vijayakar sir. Sir also says that this we have to explore what it is. So now I feel that the disease, universe is diseased. If you take it in that sense, Pancha Tattva, space, earth, see the water. The 3 main things: space, air, and space, ether, air. So 5 things we know. That is fire, water, earth, air, and space. Of these, the 3 are important, and the other 2, that is fire and water, they are causing. See, either in the Amazon forest there is fire, there are electrical short circuits, and just like floods. But the other 3, earth, space, and air. So 3 plus 2. This makes the universe. That is why this is known as Prapancham. 5 principles. So now human is only a part of that. So even when the human body is asymptomatic, the earth is injured or the space is injured, the ether is injured, it is polluted. The most important aspect. So it requires, if you go through Hahnemann's literature, it is very clear. Hahnemann had mentioned many things which would pollute. So he advises fresh air for everything in the cholera epidemic. And I forgot to mention, there are so many other contributions which I couldn't show. There is a handbook for mothers. There is also 2 more important things: wine test for understanding or estimating the impurities of liquor, alcohol. The presence of lead and iron can be detected by Hahnemann's methodology, which is spread and the entire Europe was following Hahnemann's wine test. And the test is to test the impurities in metals. So these are all. So there are so many things. I think we will have a separate session for the contributions of Hahnemann alone.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I think with this we will actually come to end of this program. We are so much thankful to you, sir, from the Father Muller Homeopathic Medical College, from the administration side, from the faculty side, from the student side, from the participant side. I accord a very big thank you to you, sir, for sharing your enormous knowledge and the time that you have shared with us. Fantastic, sir. We could learn something very, very new about our own system, homeopathy, that is actually hidden from us because of our curriculum, probably. And you also shared something very new about Father Muller itself. That is a 500th potency. We
500
never heard
potents,
about.
yes. I don't know if it is there. It is not there now.
No, sir, I don't think so.
Oh,
we
it
will
was
try
there.
to know. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It was there because
And
I was using that, and it was peculiar to no other pharmacy in the world has 500 potency. I think so.
okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. And one more thing, sir. Actually, I was very touched when you said that, because honoring Hanuman is
Yes.
by honoring his principles. I was
Yes.
I immediately got a quote that is garland the principles but not the portrait.
Yes.
Beautiful
Yes.
one, sir. Actually, that
Yeah.
I think if everybody should be able to know that. And the remedies like Calcarea aceticum, oleander, angustra, we used to think that
Yes.
they are the rare remedies, but they are proved by our own master. So thank you so much, sir. That leaflet would be of a great help, sir. We are actually
Yeah,
waiting
I will send for Father Mullers. I will send the
Yes.
printouts. I will
Yes, sir.
when I take a printout, I will give you 100 or 150 or 200, or how much you want, or I can
Yes,
share
sir.
it. Because
Yes,
and
sir.
mind you, one thing more, it is only a
Yes, sir.
first draft.
Yes.
It's only a first draft. I am working on it. I have my own doubts about this, which I am
Yes, sir.
discussed with Mr. Siegfried Letzel. Actually, he doesn't have any online this thing. Otherwise, he would have come.
Yes.
So okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Thank you so much, sir. So I also take the opportunity to thank each and every participant who patiently waited, even though there were some technical glitches. Actually, this is the time of cloud, actually, because everything goes haphazard sometimes, but we cannot, because many are using the internet. So there may be some problems. So I sincerely thank all of you for patiently waiting and listening to the lecture, and also the alumni who actually came in large numbers to listen to sir today, being it's a Sunday. You shared your
And I
precious
found
time.
many of my doctors who work with me, and also
Yes, sir.
my patients who later joined Father Muller's, they like Anakha
Yes, sir.
Machu. She was
Yes,
from
sir.
very
Yes, sir.
from her very young days. She was taking homeopathy. I found her somewhere.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so
Yes,
much.
sir.
I
Yes,
think
sir.
it must be
Thank
late
you,
for you.
sir.
Sorry
Yes,
for
sir.
robbing.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
We'll
you so
meet
much, sir.
again, definitely.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
all of you. Good night, all of you. From Father Mullers, a very warm thanks and good night to all of you.
Thank you.
Hello there. A small information that tomorrow we'll meet again on the same platform with another topic and another faculty. So tomorrow we'll be having Dr. Siju Thomas, and he'll be talking on a topic, attention please. So the Zoom ID and the password remains the same. So please come and join. So good night, everyone.
Little drops of water, little grains of sand, make the mighty ocean and the beauteous land. Little deeds of kindness, little words of love, make our earth an Eden like the heaven above. The year 1880 witnessed a remarkable turning point in the history of Mangalore.